Reading volume is like reading your gas gauge in your car. If there's no gas, the car won't move. And if there's no volume, neither will the stock.
Welcome to the aftermarket dream. Welcome to the aftermarket dream. Welcome to the aftermarket party where we hang free.
Welcome, gang, to the Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts, and this is a show. This is a show that's been created for traders to have a place to just come after the market and just discuss strategies, talk about what's happening in the market, what's going on in the world, and why the stock market is moving and why it's not. And did you make money? But the cool thing is we are American Dream Trading. Well, we're primarily composed of members from American Dream Trading, which is owned and operated by Chad W. Christian, who's a 33-year stock market vet. He literally has traded in every market condition imaginable. And the cool thing is he trains us to do the same thing the right way. And I said trains. I have to emphasize trains because there's a lot of stock market education companies out there. A lot of them are online, a lot of them are on social media, but they don't train you the right way. They don't teach you how to think and act like a professional trader. They teach you how to read ticker symbols and chase call outs. We don't do that over here. We learn how to chart, how to use support and resistance to determine probabilities of where the stock's going to go so that we can profit from it. We focus on the process, not the profits. We focus on progress, right? Not falling backwards and losing money. And we focus on protecting our income and our assets over here. So if you want to learn how to trade stocks, if you thought that, I don't know, it's not for me. I don't know how to do that. I don't have any money. That's for rich people. No, let's debunk the myths right now. Okay. You do not need a ton of money to trade in the stock market. In fact, you can practice with no money at all. You can paper trade, right? But we have people over here who have turned $700 accounts into millions. We have people who have turned $4, and I said four, not 40, not 400, not 4,000, $4 into hundreds of dollars. It's the skill. It's not the money, right? It takes money to make money, but it takes skill to make the money that makes the money. So that's why we focus on that. Thank you, Coach, for being who you are and for training us the right way and to teach us how to think so that we can fish for ourselves and not always try to capture fish from others, right? But tonight we're going to focus on reading volume. Like I said in the beginning of the show, gas is what makes a car go. So think of volume like the gas for a stock, right? If there's no volume in it, meaning people buying and selling it, then it's not going to move. And we as day traders need volatility, which means we need movement in that stock. If there's no movement, we don't make any money. We can't trade that, right? And if there's no movement, that means there's no volume. So tonight we're going to focus on how to read volume, how to tell when there's volume, and how to learn. We're going to learn how a stock behaves when there's volume and when there's no volume, right? But before we get into it, let's go ahead and have you guys smash the right thumbnail, smash that like button, and share the video and subscribe if you are not subscribed. All three of these things are absolutely free. They don't cost you a dime, but they do help the channel move up the algorithm. So smash that like button, gang. Share it out. Hit subscribe. We're trying to get close to 20,000 subscribers, and right now we are sitting right at the door of 17K. We're at 16,937. Way to go. Only 3,063 to go. So that is awesome. We are moving on. That's funny because last week we were at like 16,800 something. So over the weekend, we got almost 140 subscribers. Way to go, gang. Way to move those chains, right? Nice. Can't ask for any better than that. Let's see. All right, I want to say a shout out to Vegan Knowledge. Hi, honey. Happy anniversary. This is actually our 7th anniversary today. Yes. So thank you so much. I appreciate and love you. James L, what's up, brother? Let's see. He said he'll be up here shortly. Okay, James, cool. I tend to lose my co-pilots once they get famous. You know what I mean? So if you come up, fantastic. That would be lovely. F2, what's up, brother? How art thou? Kicking some butt. Data trader, what's going on? How art thou? Chad H. My boy Chad H. What's going on, Chad? You guys ready to get into some volume talk tonight? Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Tell me what you did for the weekend. Put it down in the chat. Come up here on the panel, whatever you want to do. Did I put the link down there? Yep, there it is. It says join panel here. Izzy, what's going on, Iz? What's happening? Drewski, what up, Drewski? Gotta love the name Drewski, right? Gotta love the name Drewski. Drewski. You know, if you guys want to throw a couple of tips in the tip jar for Jen and I's anniversary today, hey. Hey, thanks, hey. Somebody buy us dinner, right? I didn't even mention it in the Zoom today because I was busy on working on something. I'm going to try to get that condensed, James, so we can play it on here tomorrow too. So, and I did put the credits at the end. So, and what I'll do is we can discuss that offline, but I'll give it back to you because you never know. He may want that. So, Maria, goddess of love that you are. What up, Maria? Maria. She reminds me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem. Yeah. What's going on with the walk-on music? I haven't heard that lately. James? What's happening? Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you. 7 years, Maria. 7 years, yep. 2018. Well, here's the thing. We started dating in 2008. 2018, we said, okay, it's been 10 years. Let's do it, right? So on our 10-year anniversary of being together, we got married literally within a couple of days of our first kiss. We kissed first on November 7th, 2008. We got married November 10th of 2000. We couldn't do it on the 7th. We wanted to, but it just things didn't work out. On November 10th of 2018. So we are 3 years away from our 10-year wedding anniversary as well. So, but 17 years together total. Yep. Hey, what up, Miranda? How you doing, baby? Miranda, did you scope that thing I did this weekend with Coach? Actually, remember the win rate video? Dude, I told AI to make him get up and go walk to bed. Girl, the AI. Oh, man. I put it on my TikTok. That freaked me out. I did it with something else, so I was like, I wonder if it'll do it with that. CapCut is the business, let me tell you. I heard someone backstage. Oh, there we are. James L. I started with James L. Actually. I grabbed one of his picks and turned him into the Hulk without his monster drink.
Miss Dawn, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Torturing people, I see.
Yep. Raina Sharma, welcome. That's a different name. Make sure you guys subscribe. And if you are not a member of American Dream Trading, that link is pinned to the top of the live chat. Right? So go over there and get joined up. Listen, Coach is about to X-nay the Diamond Lifetime. So if you have not purchased a Diamond Lifetime, it is still on sale for $5,000. It's about to go away. You can get it in 2 installments of $2,500. And I mean, that includes all of our memberships instead of buying them separately. If you can only buy them separately, then that's fine. But for 5K or 2 payments of 2,500, I mean, you can get a VIP membership right now, a yearly VIP for 2,500, right? And that will cover you for a year, and it'll give you a year's worth of VIP gold. But that doesn't include any crypto training or futures training. With the VIP, with the Diamond, you can spend that same $2,500 down and get all of that. Get all of the everything that's included in the premium membership, plus the weekend training and the gold breakouts that you get with the gold membership, plus crypto, plus futures. So, and
But
then
wait, there's more.
right. and then pay the 2,500 later on down the line, when you have it again. And trust and believe, with the training that you'll get within that 6 months of you having to pay the next 25, you will more than make that $2,500. So that will pay for it within itself. If you cannot afford to do any of that, how about a 7-day free trial? You can get the premium basic membership, which comes with all of the hot stock picks, the pre-market setup, that comes with the one-on-one Zoom with Coach, one-on-one style training on the live Zoom call with Coach and the rest of the moderators. And you get that all day long. So you're trained all day, right? You get ebooks, you get flashcards, you get videos on demand, everything that you need to become a professional stock market trader with backup, meaning us, support group, right? But that is 7-day free trial, and it renews at a regular monthly rate of $125. If you'd like to get the crypto, that is only $50 a month. It's a 7-day trial, but it only is $50 a month because they're trying to fill that room up. And last but not least, if you want to get into futures, that is a 7-day free trial with a $249 renewal because it includes a trading view indicator. So, but the Diamond, like I said, includes all of that. So, like I know, you will get let's see
And
here.
a bag of spicy Doritos.
Spice. Oh my God, that scared me. You look just like the pick. Expected you to get up. That looks sick. You gotta admit, that looks sick.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
You literally transform. Like all of a sudden, your mouth opens and you're like, ah! And I'm like, holy shit. It didn't even look like it wasn't you. It looked like you literally turned into that. Okay, so tonight we are reading volume or learning how to read volume. Dave Tracker, hey, thank you for the anniversary wishes. Once again, the American Dream Trading link is pinned to the top of the live chat to join, and so is a tip jar if you'd like to throw something in there for the anniversary. Thank you guys, we appreciate it. If you're watching on the replay game, it's also located in the description of the video, as is AmericanDreamTrading.com. So just because you're not on here live, don't use that as an excuse. Click that link, get signed up, learn the right way. Okay, so let me go ahead.
I'll throw you a little something, Miss Dawn, just because you're you.
Oh, thank you, honey. I appreciate you. So yeah, what I was going to say was we can, if you want, I can still compress that myself as well and send it back to you to give to your friend without the logo and just the credits at the end. So if you want me to do that too, because I'm sure he might like to have it, right?
Well, no, I told him who I am and what I do, and everything else part of it, and he was just honored to have it shared. Period, because he doesn't have access to a Dawn or a recording studio or anything like that. So This will be the first actual copy he'll have of it, other than what was on that YouTube. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans, man. It's really good, and it's a good song. I've heard it like 100 times today because I've been putting the pictures. I would listen to whatever the next verse was, and then go find something appropriate to go along with it. So
Yeah,
yeah, I've heard it quite a few times today, and it's a really touching song. And let's play it tomorrow
yeah, yeah.
on the show. So I'm gonna get it loaded and restreamed tonight, and yeah, we can play it tomorrow because it deserves to be played. So
Yep.
um,
Well, and you see why I wanted to run it by Coach first.
yes, for sure. Yep, I'm glad you did. And I started not to even put those captions on there, and then you better run. I was like, no, why didn't I look better at those? Oh man, that was too funny. You better run. Let me go ahead, speaking of captions, and pull up our slides. All right, the aftermarket reading volume. James, by the way, I have to tell you, man, you are doing a phenomenal job on the Zoom call. I love hearing you on the Zoom call, interacting with everybody, just coming into your own as a moderator. You are doing so well, and I'm really proud of you, man. Keep up the good work. You're
Thank you.
awesome. Yep.
It,
Thank you.
it, it means a lot because I mean
Uh,
I'm still nervous at 3:59 every morning. So
you can't tell. You can't tell. But yeah, you really added something in there. And it's funny. I get up at 3 every morning because I work out from 4 to 6. I'm back on my workouts, thank God. Um, but yeah, you just kind of jumped in there. So what happens is if you're taking Doug's spot, because I know Maria deals with the kids and Richard doesn't come in yet, I will resume that 6 a because you've been kind of doing that, right? So
yeah.
I've been letting you cut your teeth and but if you're gonna do 4 to 6, I'll go ahead and relieve you at 6. So you don't have to, you know what I
Well,
mean?
and I'm not completely alone. Doug's still there when he can be, and Mark comes
Yeah.
in quite often. So
Yep. So yep. And then I'm there, Maria's there. So either
worst
way.
case scenario, I get completely stumped. I'll just start playing the music louder. I'm
No, no, no.
joking, Papa Todd. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm
Papa
joking.
Todd jump through that
I may
phone.
cut to a video or something.
Oh man. So I wanted to go over reading volume tonight, because this is something that we've heard, um, members ask about. Well, what criteria do you guys look for in hot stock picks in the morning, right? And one of them, huge one, is volume.
Definitely.
We look at the free float and we look at the volume. We look at, we don't really look into financials because we're not in them to win them for long periods of time. We're just in them to get some quick green and get out, right? So all we want to know is there news? Why is this moving right now? What's going on, right? Um,
Well,
and
lately we don't even care if there's news. If it's moving,
if
if it
it's moving,
has
right? If it's
volume,
all we need to know does it have volume, right?
right?
So,
And
but
knowing you, you've probably put in a couple of different ways to track volume.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I would even say, there's even more ways to do so. If you're a member that has access to Coach's Trading View indicators.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, I haven't been using them as much because I've been just mostly on Weeble. But
Yep.
yeah, I love the indicators because they pretty much chart out everything for you, and they've got the regression channel, which helps you, and they've got the volume indicators, which breaks down how much of that volume is made up of sellers and buyers. Come on, right? Like, how can you not love that?
Right.
So, I mean, Weeble gives you a volume indicator, but it doesn't break down within one volume candle how much of that candle is actually sellers and buyers within that candle. That's crazy. I forgot about that. I need to go back to Trading View. All right, so the first slide is reading volume. It's the introduction. Volume is truth. Price can lie. Volume tells the real story.
What is volume? The number of shares traded More volume equals more conviction behind the move.
Right? We said that when we came in. It's the gas that makes the car go. Why volume matters. Confirms if a move is real, shows where the money is flowing, right? Because remember, volume doesn't necessarily have to just mean to the upside, it can also mean going to the downside, right? Reveals institutional activity, predicts breakouts and breakdowns. So when you have volume in the stock, you can kind of see things happening on the chart that is comprised of all of these things. You can tell when institutions step on there because the candles get like huge. And then they're kind of consistent, right? In a lot of cases. Now, we've also seen it where the candles don't necessarily being big is indicative of institution, because Palmcoast has shown us they also have that 45-degree angle where it's just enough. They're smaller candles, but they're stair stepping, and there's hardly any pullback in there. So there's ways to be able to tell.
High volume equals strong move. When price moves with high volume, the move has conviction. Pay attention.
10 o'clock every day, we always say shift change. Why? There's certain times of the day where the market just moves the stock. In the pre-market, that tends to be 4 a.m. Literally, as soon as the market opens, it's full of volume, right? Or the volume is pouring in, so it causes stocks to shoot up momentarily, right? So you got to get it while you can. 7 o'clock, that's when
Shenanigans.
7 o'clock is when platforms like Robinhood and Fidelity open their doors to traders. They don't open at 4 a.m. like some of the other platforms do. Webull is one that opens at 4, so we trade on Webull in the morning, right? Together as a team, or together as a group. 7 o'clock, that's when Robinhood and those guys open. So you tend to see a spike of volume because more traders are able to trade at that time. Then there's 8 o'clock shenanigans. That's when the banks and the institutions turn their machines on, and you will see a spike in volume from the upside to the downside in a matter of seconds. It's crazy. And then last but not least, and I'm talking New York time here, okay, because there's different times if you're doing futures and also if you're doing currency that or Forex, that different markets are available, and you'll see volume spikes. Like 7 o'clock, I believe, might be what, the London or Tokyo session. So they see spikes in volume in the futures, but we're talking about stocks and options. So last but not least, 9:30 a.m. is where we have the main market that opens, the New York Stock Exchange. Huge surge of volume at that time. And then once again at 10 a.m. when there's a shift change. So it's pretty cool. There's several opportunities to make money on spikes or dips at that time, depending on what you're doing, right? So pay attention. That's why it says pay attention. Low volume, weak move, right? Price moving on low volume. It's probably not sustainable. Be careful. Have you ever tried to trade on low volume, James?
Yeah,
What happens?
it's not good. If memory serves, you've forewarned me about being in TSLL after the market. And it took me a minute to learn that TSLL will have some volume and movement in the pre-market. During the day. After market, it's all algo trading. You're not getting out of it.
Nope. You guys have heard the phrase. Coach has used it. I've used it. James has used it. Palm has used it. Everybody's used it, right? Maria, death by 1,000 cuts. That's what you get when you trade with no volume. Up, down, up, down, up. It has no rhyme or rhythm because there's no freaking volume in there. It's people trying to make trades. It's bigger players making penny moves and grinding it out. It doesn't make long, nice patterns like we need it to for us to make money. That's what you get. You get death by 1,000 cuts when you try to trade with no volume. Stay out of the market when there's no volume.
The volume patterns. Let's break down what to look for.
Pattern one, volume spike on a breakout. Price breaks resistance, right? Volume explodes. We've seen this happen. This confirms the breakout. Strong buying signal. So that is basically letting you know that, you'll see when volume comes in, like at 10 o'clock, like at 9:30, like at the times we told you, that there tends to be a spike in volume. And we've seen it to where that volume can either go up or down. This morning, IWM shot to the downside, right? With a couple of big candles. That was volume taking it down. It was selling volume. People taking profit after a run up in the pre-market, right? Same thing went on with different stocks that shot to the upside. I think Apple may have, no, was Apple up? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think that most of them were down in the pre or at the open.
Yeah.
I know IWM went down, SPY went down.
Yeah. So volume can go up or down, but when there's a lot of volume, it tends to move very rapidly, very quickly, and with large and if you're not experienced with it, I can tell you it can really hurt you if you don't know what you're doing. So you're better off waiting until some of those volume spikes dissipate and then letting it settle out a little bit, right?
Especially if you're fighting against the current. As Coach
Yes.
said, trend is your friend.
If you're with the trend, volume is your best friend, buddy. Because then if you got in it at the right time and it's spiking up and it's continuing to the upside, oh, you're golden. Especially if it has a couple more spikes in there along the line, because it's just confirmed that it's going in that one main direction right now. Oh, you are golden. You love those spikes. But if you get into on the wrong side, that can be your worst enemy. And before you know it, you're down a couple $100, couple thousand, depending on the size of your position. So those volume spikes can be a dangerous thing if you don't know how to play them. So be careful.
Pattern two, volume dries up, price consolidating, volume getting lower and lower, calm before the storm, big move coming soon. We've seen that a lot with a lot of consolidation.
Yeah.
And that's something we actually talk a lot about in the pre-market with just trading shares.
That was what we were just talking about, death with 1,000 cuts too.
Yep.
So when it dries up, you'll know. And there's different things that you can do. You can look at the volume indicators. You can also, obviously when the candles are this big, there's no volume. When they enlarge, that lets you know there's volume coming in. You can look at the actual volume number and see how many, is it 100K in volume? Is it 500K? You can watch that number go up. You can look at the L2. I was just saying that. You look at the L2. Is it moving? Does it have movement? Does it have friction? Are they fighting? Are they doing anything at all? Right? Does it have a lot of color on one side and not the other? Either way, if it doesn't have anything going on the L2, chances are there's no volume and there's nothing moving. So you're better off waiting until you get the volume.
Well, and I think, in my opinion, like you said, the candles themselves, it took some time, took some practice, some screen time, and being active to actually be able to see, like Coach does, when the volume and when it starts dancing, when that candle starts dancing.
Yeah.
Okay, there's volume. Which side is it going to be? But there's volume coming into that. So you watch for that candle to start flickering. Yeah, you're looking at volume.
You got some juice.
Yeah.
And we used to have moderators that would be in the morning that would always tell us, look at the ... dots, right? If there's ... dots, there's no volume. If you have candles of a decent size, that's letting you know there's volumes. There's all kinds of little hints that you can just look at your chart and look at different indicators to tell if there's volume in it. So learn those clues. Pattern 3, price up, volume down. Price rising, but not volume. Price rising, but volume is decreasing. Not sustainable, right? Weak rally, be cautious. Possible reversal coming, right? So basically, this is saying if the price is up and there's no volume, we see this in the morning quite a bit. The price will shoot up and it'll stair step up. It may stair step up for a little while, right? But then all of a sudden the volume drops off. And I mean, sometimes it doesn't even consolidate. It just literally knife drops. And that the volume has dried up, right? And the price is already sitting up there, so you can get caught holding the bag if you buy in at the top. You have to be careful when there's volume coming in. Try to get that price. So listen, you make money buying low and selling high. So try to get it as low as possible. Don't ever buy at the top. Don't ever buy when it's running. The safest thing to do is wait for that knife drop or wait for some type of pullback. Don't try to buy it when it's running, because you never know when they're going to pull the rug out from under you, especially in the pre-market, and there is no stops. So you have to be careful there, right? So watch for price drying up, and the L2 is a good indicator that on the bid side, that's where all the buyers are sitting. And if they're sitting way low or there's nobody in the buy column, that means the volume's dried up. Nobody's buying it. That means it's going to drop. So you have to be careful once it spikes up. All right, where's it going? What's the activity? Is there still volume in this? If not, I'm getting the hell out of it and I'm taking my money.
You're talking about that, the L2 drying up. That's something that's been kind of nerve-wracking for myself. There's been a few of them in this past week or last week that I've gotten in, and it had good support. I got in before, more support came in above me, and then all of a sudden volume just starts pouring in, and the bid side of the L2 is gone.
Yeah.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
But it'll pull back 3 cents, and in 2 seconds the bid side is full and the ask side is gone.
Yeah.
So it's what the.
You're right. And it just starts dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping because they're trying to pull that thing down.
Well, and then it'll shoot up 2 candles, and then it'll drop and drop and drop, and then it'll shoot up 2. Yeah. No. I catch one that pops up. I'll get my profit. I'm done.
Yeah.
I ain't playing with that no more.
No roller coaster. Take your money and get on out of there.
Pattern 4, price down, volume up. Price falling on high volume, strong selling pressure, institutions dumping, stay away or short it.
There you go. Or if you're doing options, you need to get some puts, right? If you are a futures trader, you are fortunate because you can buy and sell your positions. So you can do both. And the same with crypto, right? From what I understand, James, right?
Crypto perpetuals, yes.
So you're able to buy and short, go long and short when the volume goes down. So, there's a couple of scenarios where that doesn't work out, namely the pre-market, because most of those are smaller cap stocks that you're unable to short. So if it goes down, you're just basically sitting on your hands until that thing decides to find some support. And then you can possibly get a decent buy-in opportunity lower and then ride it back up if it goes back up. Sometimes they sit out for the rest of the day. Yep. Waiting in the weeds is okay. I would have to say that waiting in the weeds, and I was talking about training wheels, James, right? Waiting in the weeds is some training wheel trading. That is the easiest trade there is. Number one, it's shares. So you got no Greeks, right? Number two, you're waiting for the stock to come to you. You're not chasing it. And number three, if you chart it out and see where the support areas are, you can pretty much predict where it's going to drop to. And then the L2 confirms it by showing you that there are people waiting there at that level to purchase shares. So if you see something and it's trading at $7 and you see that the volume is drying up on it, most likely it's going to drop. Well, then you take a look at your chart. Well, where is it going to drop to? Oh, 650 is a huge support level. That's 50 cents down. That's a huge move. You look over at the L2. There's 20,000 shares sitting waiting to be bought at 650. Oh, they saw the same thing you saw. So they put an order in at 650. Guess what you need to do? Put an order in at 650. 651. Go one right above it, because that way you'll get picked up on the way for them to pick up the big order, right? So when it bounces up, guess who's making money? You are. That's the easiest trade there is, right? All you're doing is placing a limit order to buy at that price and sitting and waiting for it to come to you. Period. Right?
Yeah.
So that's all you do. It's tedious, but it builds patience.
Actually, had somebody ask about that this morning.
Yep. It builds patience, right? You just sit there all day placing limit orders. And then you go look over there at the S side. You're not worried about the S side. You're just worried about getting a good entry at this point, because you need to make sure that if it continues to drop, that you're getting in as low as possible, right? You don't want to get in and then it's continuing to drop. So, just keep your eye on it, because those orders can change. But, I made a little quick TikTok where I bought one share of something and set a limit buy to buy it. I bought it, and then I set a limit buy to sell it at 5 cents later, right? Just to show that it's a quick in and out. If I had 10,000 shares, that 5 cents would have equaled what? $500, right?
Correct.
So it's like 5 cents. Yeah, 5 cents now, but 5 cents down the road when the shares are more prevalent is a huge move. So all you need to do is learn how to set that order to buy and sell. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents. In, out. Get in, get green, get out. That's all you have.
And like you said, you're not worried about the ask side until you get picked up.
That's it. What do I care?
Yeah.
I'm not even in it.
Yep. And
Right?
then once you get picked up, you're watching your walls.
How much money can I make?
Yep.
Then that becomes your question. Not where I get in. You're already in it. So once you get picked up, now it's like, okay, let's see where this thing can go, right? Because you also can get in, get green, get out. But if you see where it's, it can rise just like it can drop. If there's not a whole lot of walls on the ask side, and I didn't mean for this to get into an L2 lesson, but if there's not a whole lot of walls on the ask side, well, just like if there's no support, it can also continue to rise, right? And that 5 cent move might become a 50 cent move or $1 or $2 or $3 move. In some cases, we've seen stocks go from $5 up to $50, right? In a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
So it's all keeping your eyes awake and being alert and recognizing opportunities when they happen, right? Screen time.
I mean, we've seen a couple of those unicorns that have gone from $3 to over 300.
Yep. Yes, we have T9.
I say unicorns because those are unicorns.
When did they happen? Maybe a couple times a year, dude. That's how infrequent they are.
If that.
Yep. Tops. Remember Tops?
Yeah. T9.
T9, Tops. Tops that was the one that went from like $7 up to like 140.
Yeah. Yeah. T9. I think it was T9 that went from like $3 and something up to like $276.
Yeah.
From $3 to $276. Insane.
Yeah. So go figure. Is it your turn or my turn?
I'll go. Volume at support resistance. Watch volume when price hits key levels. High volume equal level will likely hold and break.
Okay, so high volume equals level will likely hold and break, right? Or he probably should have flipped this around, break and hold. If you see a level, a stock coming to a level of resistance that you have charted out, or it's coming to a level that's already a part of the chart, like the 9 or the 21 or the 200 or VWAP, chances are if it's got volume with it, it's probably going to break and hold that level. That's what you need for a break and hold. If there's no volume in it or the volume dries up, chances are it's going to do what it's supposed to do, which is bounce or pull back from that level. But if it's got volume to the wherever the trend's going, chances are it's going to break and hold. So you have to just be aware of where your volume is. And again, we told you several ways to look and make sure that's happening, right? Time of day is one of them, right? The volume indicators, the L2, the size of the candles. There's so many ways to tell if there's volume in the stock. Okay, relative volume. Compare today's volume to average. We do this a lot in the pre-market. When we look at a hot stock, we'll see that the volume is sitting at, say, 100K, or it's moving up steadily and it's made it to 1 million. And then we'll go look at the average volume and see that the average volume in that thing is like 700K, but it's already sitting at 1 million. Well, what does that tell you? Obviously, there's some kind of catalyst that caused it to shoot way past what the average volume of that stock normally is, right? So usually that's a good sign that you're probably going to make some money, especially if it's a low free flow, if you get in it at the right time. So compare today's volume to the average. 200% average, 200% average volume, something's up. Either it's a pharmaceutical that's got,
Phase 3.
FDA approval. Yep. Phase 3 FDA approval. It's somebody that's been bought out. It's somebody that's got money poured into them. It's a merger. It can any kind of catalyst. There's a reason for it to be up 200%. Just check your news. 50% average volume. Market's asleep. Yeah, that's hardly any movement. No volume. It's not moving. Use relative volume. No. Not just raw numbers. So basically it's telling you to also use news catalysts and things like that to determine whether there's volume in the stock. Maria and Mark are so good at that. Bruno as well, in calling out stuff with news. Usually, and Michael Barish, we have Michael Barish that's in there, always giving us news and things like that to let us know why a stock could be moving, because that gives us an indication of how much it could potentially move, right? If there's no news, chances are it's pop and drop. But if it's got some type of approval or something, chances are it could be running for a while. It could be an all-day runner, we don't know. But it's a good chance it's going to move pretty good.
The big mistake, trading a move without checking volume first. Always confirm with volume.
I think of Ange when I hear that. One of the things she used to always tell me when we first started kind of getting really cool and talking behind the scenes was she does not trade a stock that doesn't have volume. She doesn't even mess with it. Why? Because look what we talked about, death by 1,000 cuts. You don't make any money. And if you get in it with no volume, you lose money, right? Something spikes up and you bought it at a level and all of a sudden the volume drops out of it. Guess what's going to happen to your money? It's going down with it. So unless you get out at a profit quickly, volume drops out, there's no money for you, right? So
well, and some could dispute that and was saying, well, if it's shares, if I'm in shares, as long as I don't sell them, it's not really a loss. Maybe.
And what drug is that?
but at the same time, it is going to affect your daily P&L every day, and you have no clue whatsoever if that stock's ever going to come back. And if you don't know anything about them, haven't done any research, if it's like how we treat the pre-market stocks, we ain't married to none of them. Hey, yeah,
More power to you.
yeah. I mean,
Because
should I get out of ILAG?
yeah, I think so. Hot stock picks, man, are mostly growth stocks, gang. They're not value stocks. They're not a Coca-Cola. They're not Geico. They're not Pepsi. They're stocks that are looking for people to invest in them long term so that they can continue to grow. But they're in the growth stage. So, yeah, you can make a lot of quick cash off of them, but that's exactly it. Like Palm says, get in, get green, and get out, right? They're not anything of value right now. Now, we've seen them grow. We've seen the Palantirs and the Opens and a lot of these stocks that go from, it was just trading at $3 to now it's trading at $50, right? And then it moves on and up.
Well,
Apple
it was
started out.
actually CoreWeave that has earnings tonight.
Yep.
It IPO'd in March.
There you go.
Last March.
So I mean, at one point Apple was a growth stock, right? So every stock's got to start somewhere. But right now, the big mistake is to put all your eggs in these little ones and think that holding on to them is gonna somehow have the hopium that it's gonna come back. You don't know. Get your green and get out of there. That's the best thing you can do at this stage of the game.
Yeah. Well, as for me, I'm a minnow in the Pacific, so I'll wait until that great white comes up and gets him a chunk of it, and then I'll
There you go.
I'll swim underneath that belly.
He put some volume in there, make it look like a real stock. Okay, then okay, there you go. I mean,
and then when a humpback comes along, we'll really play.
Free Willy.
Different level.
Yeah. We trade stocks, guys, that are like under $1 sometimes, 37 cents. Now you got to buy 100 shares of them, so you got to spend $37. But you can make a lot of money on those, but it's short lived and it's quick. You better be quick because they will go up and down like nobody's business. So yeah, but all right. So how to use it? Look at volume before entering. High volume, trust the move. Low volume, question the move. Volume confirms price action. So price action is the candles, pretty much. What's going on with the candles, where it opens, where it closes, right? So you need volume to help those candles form. And if there's no volume, no candle, right? So, and you tend to get a lot of consolidation, meaning there's nobody that's winning out. The winner, the buyers and the sellers are basically just smacking each other in the face, and the price virtually stays right around the same. So
swap and spit.
Yeah. Gross. So, yep, that's how you use it. You got to learn how to read it so you can figure out whether you should be in that play or not.
Your turn. Do you check volume before trading? What patterns have you noticed? And share it. Pause for dramatic effect. YouTube.
I see we got Oraclo down in the chat. What's up? Quest, what's happening? Oh, is that darn cricket down there again?
Yes,
Anybody got the raid? I'm kidding, cricket. I'm kidding.
No, that's you're thinking of a different bug. With crickets, you need a fish hook.
Fish hook. You know what? One of my favorite movies is A River Runs Through It, and I watched that this weekend. So it's funny you said that. What do you mean a fish hook?
You never fish with crickets?
What? You use crickets as bait?
Yeah.
What?
Oh man, some largemouth bass. I'll tear that up.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Leonard Jones, what's up? That's pretty cool to know. Wow. Oh, dried up cricket. Big Fish Dos Toros Barbecue. What is going on with you? Pistol Trader. What's up, Pistol? What up, girl?
She's actually got a pretty good question.
Can you show where to find and see relative versus the average? Well, can you do that on your computer, James, on your screen?
Yeah. Let me.
Okay. Because I know how to do it on the phone. So, yeah, I just look up in the upper right-hand corner on the phone, and then I click the button that shows on the side how it expands that, and then I look at the average volume there. Because I know you're trading on your phone. I mean, on your computer. I'm assuming trader, right?
Let me get over here. So, Pistol, on your excuse me, on your widgets, you get your quotes. You'll have your. Well, I got it expanded now, so it's kind of off. Open, high, low. You'll have your volume. So this is the current volume, what's moving in and out, and then you have your. Why is it not on here? Okay, well, I don't have the settings right on this one.
It's all good.
Hold on.
He'll get it for you. Pistol Trader, is she normally in there in the morning? She is, right?
Let me do dividend day. Ready for funds.
Because if not, Mark and Doug and also James will probably be able to get it for you in the morning if you're in there. If he can't get it here now.
Oh, I know what part of the problem is. I'm looking at IWM.
Oh.
Duh. All right, so let's look over here at CoreWeave. There it is. So IWM is an ETF, so that it doesn't calculate average volume the same way. So you have your volume, which is your current. So CoreWeave's at 37.49 million. And then you have your average volume, which is a 3 month calculation, is 29.13. And then the relevance is the free float is 284.53 million. So this is a larger one. This is
that's a high free float.
Yeah, this is a bigger free float, but they just had earnings, so that's why you're looking at the current volume is higher than the average because they had earnings. More people that don't normally play it are going to get in and try to play earnings expectations,
which is why it's higher than its normal volume. So when you see a stock that's trading way above its normal volume, usually there's a reason for that. They've heard something's on the news, something's going on with that stock. But that's how you find it. And if you're on your phone, like I said, like you look in the upper right-hand corner where it says volume, and then you expand it and it'll show you average volume.
So apologies for the confusion, Pistol. Did that cleared up for you when I get on an actual stock, not an ETF?
Tomorrow's challenge: before your next trade, check the volume. Is it confirming or denying your thesis?
Remember this: price tells you what is happening. Volume tells you why. Read both.
They work together hand in hand, gang. Price and
Conjunction,
volume.
junction.
Thank you for being here, gang. Thank you for listening. And that concludes today's lesson. Thank you, James, for helping me read those. You're always
Thank you.
such a help. Thank you. You're everywhere. Perfect. She said perfect, James. Thank you for that. Wafers, what's going on? Who trains on that? What?
Well, we do.
Who trains on volume? Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Why not train on volume? Because we have a lot of new traders in here who may not know what the significance of volume is. So that's why we train on it. And if you don't know about volume, then you're probably going to lose money.
Well, and we train on all kinds of things. We train from something that somebody with zero experience, zero knowledge would be able to understand, to we've got master traders that have been in it for more than 30 years. I mean, we had a pretty, I don't know how to say, interesting and confusing and intriguing and just head scratching discussion on four man cover calls and vertical spreads and credit spreads and beyond my pay grade.
Pebbles, good information. He says you can also find that as a query. You can put volume and average volume in on FinViz. That's also one that you can basically customize whatever you want to know. So FinViz is one to go play with because there's hundreds of drop downs that you can use to formulate your own screener. And it's pretty cool. So thank you, Pebbles, for that. Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. James, you got anything you want to add in before we leave?
No, ma'am. I mean, it's Monday. We've got some news events. Everybody, make sure your stops are in place. Keep your guards up. Risk management.
Sounds good to me. Ken. Ken said a large mouth will eat anything. And I'm probably talking about the cricket with the fishing. All right, then.
That was one of my favorites with my kids when they were little. Take them fishing out in the stock tank.
Yeah.
Taking crappie with corn.
Wow. I tell you what.
Just a can of whole kernel corn. Put a couple kernels on the hook. Throw it out there, and I mean, as soon as it hit the water, boom, you pull one in.
I got one better for you. McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Or not crappie. I said crappie. Perch. I meant perch. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. You heard me right.
Cheeseburger.
I had a buddy that I went fishing with a long time ago, and we had some McDonald's. He took a piece of his McDonald's hamburger that had cheese on it, put it on the end of his hook, and I mean, I don't know what he was catching, but they were biting.
Yeah.
I'm like,
if you get
surprised.
Some good stinky cheeses, like a Munster or something like that.
Really?
With some weights.
Really?
Catfish.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Who knew? Hey, Pebbles. I think that's Pebbles.
Yes, it says Pebbles. He's got his video off.
Wow, who knew?
Yeah.
That stinky cheese could catch fish. What's up, brother?
I got I got an idea today for yeah, it's me. I got my here you go.
How, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay, but I got an idea this morning.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, I got ones. I thought Netflix
Mm-hmm.
is. I was thinking that maybe I should buy one share of Netflix and then get the split, the 10-for-1 split, and then I've got five nieces and nephews,
Uh-huh.
and then I thought I would give each of them one share for Christmas.
Hey,
There you
that's
go.
pretty cool.
And that way, and one of them is 1 year old and
Aw.
up to about 14. So uh,
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I've done
That's
that
a
with,
cool uncle.
I did that with Nvidia, and I did it with Tesla. So I mean, the kids are doing okay. I mean, uh, Ozzy there, she's 1 years old and she's got more in the stock market than her parents.
Well, that is good. You're a great uncle.
Yeah, I try. And the thing is, then I don't have to send anything through UPS or anything else.
Hey, be careful. You're going to have everybody doing that.
So
I'm just going to get them a stock. I don't have to wrap it. I don't have to do any of that crap.
that's right. So
Well, that's pretty
at any
cool.
rate, that's all from here. I had a good day. I had five greens, one red, all stops in place.
Yes.
Yes.
No swing trading today.
No swing trading, but you're green. That's all that matters. You're back. Yay. How you feeling after the operation? You healing up? You doing good?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Good.
I had two operations in 4 months, so you know.
You're a trooper, man.
Yep, yep.
You're a trooper. Continue to drink that water and flush through. And don't forget to do some fasting and eat the fruits and the veggies.
Oh yeah. Well, I've
Help your
dropped
body heal
45
faster.
pounds, with all this stuff.
Yeah, help your body heal faster.
Yep. All right. Well, you have a
Thanks
good
for
day
coming
tomorrow.
up. Yep, you too. You too. Happy Veterans Day for everybody. Well, not happy, but well, yeah, I guess you would say Happy Veterans Day, right? And I want to thank all the veterans for their service. All of you guys that have served, that will serve. Um, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I couldn't get in. My eyes were too bad, but yeah, thank you guys. And we will be thanking you tomorrow. James has got something really special that he has brought to us to add our little spin to it. And we'll be playing that tomorrow in honor of Veterans Day. So thank you for that, James.
Yes,
And
ma'am. Thank you.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I've actually got kind of a funny military story myself, but I'll tell you sometime.
You don't want to tell? Well, maybe tell it tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I tried, and when I growing up, everybody in my family was either military or truck drivers,
Yeah.
and some of them drove truck in the military.
Okay. They did both.
So I tried when I was 18. I was going to go Marine Corps, and I failed the ASVAB test, the mathematics part, by 1 point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you could, and the recruiter that there was a black guy that, I mean, he was 6'4", built like a brick, a huge dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I argued with him because for me at that time it was going to be a life decision. I wasn't going to go in for 3 years, and that was because that's. I mean, anyway, couldn't curve it. 1 point, couldn't make an exception, couldn't curve anything. So basically, what you're telling me is I'm too stupid to throw
Wow.
a gun in my hand and put me on the front line and say go that way. Well, I can officially say that, but if you want to look at it that way, sure.
That's what he said?
Hold that thought. I'm going to go out to my truck. I'll be right back. Luckily, I had taken the rifle out of my truck before going up there because I didn't even get the door opened on my truck, and I was surrounded by squad cars.
Oh, my God. Woo!
But yeah.
Man, you had some piss and vinegar in you, brother.
But I was too dumb.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's crazy. That's nuts. I was gonna try to get in the Navy, but yeah, just couldn't get the eye right. I was gonna be a cop too. Same thing. Bad eye. But before this whole thing happened, you know what I mean? I always had a bad stigmatism. So, wow. Well, I'm sorry that dream didn't come true, but at least we got you here. Who knows? Maybe the universe did that for a reason. Maybe something was going to happen. You wouldn't have made it home. Who knows? But we're glad you're here with us today. So even though the dude didn't give it to you for 1 point, I can't believe that. Could he have done that though?
Well, you know what? If he had, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, it's true.
Odds are extremely minimal that I would be here.
Yeah. Wow. See, so he saved your life, James. You can look at it that way.
Kim the Key. We obviously can't give financial, tax, or investment advice, but for what Pebble was talking about, I believe that would be something like a trust. But you'd have to get advice from an attorney that handles things like that.
Right.
But I've done bonds, $50 bonds for my kids every 2 years since they were born. So, and they're physical bonds, so they're put in a safety deposit box. But I've done some of my own research that I could eventually put them into something more financially prevalent.
There you go.
So, but definitely contact attorney. That handles that kind of stuff. They can hook you up. Thank you, Bayside Jim.
Bayside Jim. Yes, I'm glad he is too. Oraclo, love the USA. Not everyone can serve, and it's not the drill sergeant's job to save the lives of those who would have less chance of surviving due to prior injury or circumstance. Yep. So, all right, gang. So if there's no more questions down there, James and I are going to go ahead and go hang out with our families. Thank you all for being here. We're going to end the night with Coach's Rules as we do every single episode. Please make sure you're paying attention to them. And then we're going to go ahead and end with Kim Mayfield's American Dream Trading Anthem. I want everybody to have a good night. Sleep green, think green, eat green, be green tomorrow, right? Don't forget, anything that you did today is not going to settle because the banks are closed tomorrow. It'll be settled on Wednesday. Right? So if you look at the buying power tomorrow and it's not there, that's why. Right? So it'll be settled on Wednesday. Hopefully, you trade all your money, save yourself some counter for tomorrow to be able to trade. But if not, it's a good day to train. Right? Sit on your hands. Wow. Learn. James, have a good night, bro.
Not all.
Peace and blessings, everybody.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management, so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.
I was stuck in the cycle, just spinning my wheels, chasing time, losing sleep, forgetting how to feel. Dreams collecting dust on a shelf in my mind, till I found a spark, a way to realign. Not just numbers, charts, or lines on a screen. It was a mirror that showed who I could be. American dream trading, you opened the door, gave me the tools, now I'm asking for more. No more waiting for life to decide. You gave me the pen so I can rewrite. From fear to focus, from doubt to drive, I found my strength, now I'm alive. You didn't just teach me to trade, you helped me rewrite my life. Used to think I missed my chance, too late to change, but you showed me growth lies outside the cage. Now I'm building something real, not just getting by. Flipping setbacks into fuel, reaching for the sky. You said mindset first, and now I see. Success starts with who you believe you can be. American dream trading, you opened the door, gave me the tools, now I'm asking for more. No more waiting for life to decide. You gave me the pen so I could rewrite. From fear to focus, from doubt to drive, I found my strength, now I'm alive. You didn't just teach me to trade, you helped me rewrite my life. It's not about luck, it's learning to lead, turning every loss into a seed. Now I grow with every rise and fall, standing tall, no dreams too small. American dream being trading, you show me the way, turn my dark into light, my night into day. Now I'm writing my future in my own hand, with purpose, with power, with a brand new plan. From stuck to soaring, from fear to flight, you helped me rewrite my life. Yeah, I'm trading more than stocks, I'm trading pain for pride. Thanks to the dream, now rewrite my life. Welcome to the aftermarket party where we hang free.